Um, so this is my book, you know what I'm saying? So I'm so excited to read it. So, like I said, Read Across America is this week in honor of Dr. Seuss's birthday. I hope you guys are as excited as I am here today. So, like I said, sorry about the delay with going live. But this is the book that we are going to be reading. It is, let me see if I can interact with it here. It is Dr. Seuss's Horse Museum. Now, if you are like me and you're like, Horse Museum, Dr. Seuss? What? Why a horse? Well, we're going to find out. I haven't actually read this yet, so yeah, we're going to read it and we're going to find out what's going on. Okay, tip, double click on text to zoom. Okay, good. That's good to know. Okay, double click on text. Okay, can I exit out of that? Okay. Let me move my face over here so I can interact. Ah, I'm so excited. Okay, Dr. Seuss's Horse Museum. So like I said, a lot of his books, you know, I love the artwork in the books. I love the characters. Of course, they have a lot to do with art. But this one is specifically about art, I hope. I really hope, because I found it on the, so there is a website, Dr. Seuss, dedicated to him and his work, and there's lesson plans, and that's where I found all of these resources at. So yeah, that's where I found this one. It was under art. So I was like, of course, art. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. My kids are celebrating Read Across America all week. I celebrated today. I'm going to be posting this lesson probably this week. I have 2 other videos that I've done for Dr. Seuss. There's a truffula tree landscape that I did with kindergartners that they loved every year with oil pastels and paint, and they turned out so cute, and we got to read the Lorax. And then I have another one of how to design your own Seuss character using a printable roll a Seuss character sheet, which is really, really fun. So check out those 2 videos. And then, like I said, I have a new video, brand new, that I'm going to be posting. And this one is a Seussical ocean seascape. So we'll call this a Seussical seascape. There we go. Seussical seascape. So yeah, it should be hopefully something that's fun. You know, it's not a landscape, it's a seascape. So it's a little different than the truffle tree one. Yeah. So yeah, let's check out this horse museum here, shall we? Okay. Dr. Seuss. So do you guys love Dr. Seuss? I absolutely love Dr. Seuss. Okay, I'll stop talking and read, okay? All right, Dr. Seuss's Horse Museum, illustrated by Andrew Joyner. Okay. Look at all the frames on the wall. It's like going into a real museum. Now, I don't know if my computer is loading or this is just taking some extra time. Oh, look at this. This is before coronavirus. No one's wearing a mask into the horse museum. Remember those days when life was just simple and normal? Anyway, here we go. All these people crowding into the museum. I love it. I love... When's the last time I've gone to an art museum? Been a while. I think it was the Dolly Museum. It's been a while. All right, let's go in. Art. What's it all about? I love this. This is what art is about. Art is when an artist looks at something. Like a horse, for instance. And they see something in that horse that excites them. So they do something about it. They tell you about it in any one of a number of ways. I love that. That's so true. Like, I've been thinking of my next series of paintings, and I love that. That's exactly how I do it. Artists have been excited by horses for as long as there have been artists. But what an artist tells us about a horse and how they tell us is different for every artist. What an artist sees in a horse depends on many different things. Their background, their likes, their dislikes, you name it. So come with me. Here we go. The horse is the tour guide through the museum. Isn't that awesome? Oh my gosh. I see the cat. You see the cat in the hat? I love looking at the pictures because, like, when my students, and they see things I don't see. So yeah, there's the cat in the hat hiding over there. Didn't get by me. Yeah. Let's look at how different artists have seen horses. Maybe we can find some new ways of looking at them ourselves. So now we want to look at the artwork. Wow, I see. The first thing that stands out to me is this giant statue of a horse right here. I love the modern looking kind of design. And then I see these African masks. And wow, look it over. Think it over. Talk it over. So talk to me. What do you notice or what do you see? I'm going to see if anyone has joined us. I don't know because I am live. Yeah, so if you see something really interesting, what pops out to you at first? Am I not live? I thought I was live. Streaming. I think I'm live. I think I am. Okay, live chat. I think I enabled it. Yeah, so yeah, if you guys see anything, let me pop out the chat. Hopefully I'm not buffering. I'm so sorry if I'm buffering. See here, we popped out. Okay. All right, so let's continue on, shall we? Oh, I forget which window to interact with. When most people look at me, they just see me like this. But when an artist looks at me, they see a million other things. Can you? I love this. So the horse is like the model. That is amazing. I love it. Oh my gosh. That is awesome. What's that say? It's too small. I can't see it. Can you see what that says? Rothenberg? Anyway, some artists look at a horse and see its outlines, which are the contour lines, like this stone sculpture, like the etching of the horse outlines. That is really cool. I love that one. That looks kind of old, like ancient, maybe prehistoric. To other artists, like this Chinese sculptor, a horse is not an outline at all. A horse is a bulk, a solid form. And form is the sixth element of art. That is amazing. A Japanese artist looked at a horse. What he saw was beautiful lines from head to tail. And this is a Japanese, looks like an ink, maybe painting, like a brush painting of horses. That is amazing. I love that. So that is focusing on the first element of art, which is lines. That is awesome. Some artists look at a horse and find color. Oh my gosh, they're going to cover all the elements of art, guys. This is major. Okay, so let me see. It's not very, I can't read the names of the titles of the horses, but it looks like fauvism, which is like where you use really bright colors that aren't realistic because horses aren't red and orange usually, but this is, fauvism means like wild beast or wild color. Pretty cool. Other artists are interested in shape. Here we go, guys. All the elements of art. I love this book already. I'm so glad I spent $10 on it. $10 on the Kindle store. Okay. So here we see shapes of horses. So I see rectangles, I see circles. What shapes do you guys see? Some ovals? Are they all geometric shapes or are they organic shapes? I don't know. Let's see. This artist looked at a horse and saw strength. So he portrayed how strong the horses are. They're pulling the wagon. It's showing like the sense of, what do you think when you look at it? It's like they're really, pulling really hard. Oh, those poor horses. It looks like a lot of work. These artists looked and they saw speed. So these horses are running super fast. So they are showing a principle of art called movement. And I love trying to show movement in my art. I think that's a really fun principle of art to use. So these horses look like they're running really, really fast. Just the way that their bodies, they shaped their bodies. Oh, I love this. So excited. I really like this book. This is gonna be, the Lorax was my favorite book, but now this is my favorite, the Horse Museum, gotta say. A Spaniard named Velázquez, I took art history, I promise. Velázquez. Sorry if I'm butchering that. Velázquez. Yeah. He painted horses by the dozens. He saw them as something for kings and princes to sit on while he painted them. Velázquez, he's Spanish, obviously, worked for the kings and princes, and he never got any money from the horses. So obviously, yeah, he was working for the kings. So he wanted to portray them very royally, very nice. But I do recognize the name, I just can't pronounce it, I promise. This painting is by a Frenchman named Messonnier. Horses to him were something necessary to carry generals into battle. He loved to paint generals going into battle. To him, the horse was a jeep in the days before the jeep was invented. So all of these horses they're using to ride into battle and use as transportation. So a long time ago, that does make sense. That's what horses were used for. On the rock walls of a cave in France nearly 22,000 years ago, someone painted this horse by the light of a fire. What did the cave artist see in a horse? We don't know. It's a mystery. What do you think? What do you think? But I do love cave paintings. I have an art lesson on my channel. If you have never made a cave painting, you've got to check that one out. It is so much fun. It's one of my favorite things. Actually, I wrote a book, a fictional, historical fiction book about how the cave paintings were discovered. So if you like cave paintings and those horses, you need to check that out. 2,000 years ago in Greece, artists looked at horses and imagined them with wings. Pegasus was an immortal flying horse in Greek mythology. Oh my gosh! Who doesn't love Pegasus when they looked at horses? I hope that is having fun. So they're playing games like, I think, what is that game? Cricket? What's a game that you ride on the horse? Sorry, I don't know. I haven't played that. Croquet. Is that it? Croquet? 500 years ago in Italy, the artist Raphael looked at a horse. He thought that horse was for fighting dangers or dangerous something. How come I can't read this? Are my eyes going? I'm kind of worried. I don't need glasses, I don't think. Fighting dragons. Fighting dragons. It says dragons. I thought it said dangerous things. It's dragons. Close enough. Dragons dangerous. Dragons. Did you know that? Of course, some artists looked at horses and wanted to paint them just as they appeared in the natural world. Doing things that horses really do. We call that kind of art realistic. So yes, these are some realistic paintings of horses. They all don't have to be fictional or imaginary. They can be realistic. Other artists looked at horses and tried to capture them in a moment of time. We call this style of art Impressionism. Love Impressionism. Impressionist art often has a soft, slightly out of focus appearance. So they use dots or just brush strokes of color just to show like a fleeting moment of light. Like Claude Monet comes to mind, and I don't know, who are your favorite impressionists? I love Claude Monet. Then we come to what people call modern art. Some people call this crazy stuff, right? Maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong, but these are paintings, drawings, and yeah. What do you see when you look at these modern art sculptures? I'm just seeing if anyone's typing anything in the chat. So what do you see? Type it in. Let me know. Feel free to answer the questions. Okay. Next page. Moving along. Surrealism, oh, one of my favorites, is a way of looking at things, including horses, that draws on, in part, an artist's dreams. Oh my gosh, I just got goosebumps. Dreams can be very strange, and so can surrealist art. So I have to tell you guys, lately, my dreams have been so vivid. And my daughter actually just messaged me the other night, and she was like, Mom, I think I just had a spiritual awakening last night. Like, she had some kind of crazy dream. So surrealism was based on the artist's dreams. And that's why, oh my gosh, I love Salvador Dali. If you have not seen some of his work and you have crazy, awesome dreams that you've always like wanted to find something out about, you have to check out Salvador Dali's work because it's based on dreams, and it just gives me goosebumps. Like, so yeah, surrealism is one of my favorite. Expressionism is an art style that uses exaggerated colors and brushstrokes to show, what does that say? The emotion. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I don't know why this is so small. The emotion that an artist wants to feel or wants us to feel when we look at something. So expressionism is about emotion. What do you feel when you look at this painting? So the horse is blue. He's looking down. I don't know. Type in the chat box what you feel when you look at that painting. Blue reminds me of a sad color, so that's why I would say, like, he looks kind of sad. His head's bowing down. But, you know, that's the best thing about art, is that it's subjective and everyone can kind of experience different things from it. So tell me what you think in the chat. All right, let's see. Cubism. Oh no, he's gonna even talk about cubism? This is amazing. Cubism is a way of looking at things from different angles all at the same time. Cubists don't want to copy things the way that they normally look. A famous artist named Picasso liked horses. He liked bulls too. He drew a lot of them. So yes, Picasso did draw a lot of horses. One of his most famous paintings had horses in it. And cubism, one of my most popular videos is a cubist art lesson, and everybody like wants to argue with me about what cubism is. And that's not the point. Come on, people. Like, anyway, so cubism is just looking at something from different angles. Like, it's not some kind of strict definition, but Picasso is one of the masters of cubism. Argue with me about that, okay? Come at me, bro. Don't come at me. All right, let's see. I mean, from ancient art all the way up to modern art, and we're focusing on horses. I just think this is so cool. Abstract art can have a subject, but it doesn't need one. It uses color and shape to create a visual experience. These abstract images do have subjects, horses and riders, of course. This artist used a few lines and splotches of color in this woodcut, but when you look at it, can you see a galloping horse and a rider? Definitely. So just using a couple strokes, brush strokes, they can create what looks like a horse, which is just amazing about art. So yeah, this horse museum is amazing. Dr. Seuss's Horse Museum. What do you see when you look at branches and driftwood? This artist who made this sculpture saw a horse. So this is a famous sculpture of a horse. This abstract drawing in space shows what looks like a big, strong horse, but you wouldn't want to sit on its back because it is made of thin steel wire. Ouch. So it is just the outline of the horse made in wire, which is really cool. Oh no. Oh no, are you serious? I had no idea. This is amazing. An American painter named Jackson Pollock found a hobby horse head and glued it onto a canvas before doing this abstract drip painting. Be quiet. I am a Jackson Pollock expert. I never knew he did a horse painting. I mean, it doesn't look like a horse, but like that was his inspiration. Sorry. Like, what? Like, this is crazy. Blows my mind. It's called the wooden horse. Pollock dripped, splattered, flung paint as a way to insert himself into his paintings. Maybe this is Jackson Pollock on a horse. That is incredible. Guys, this book is, I'm in love with it. How long has this book been out, and how have I just found out about it? I am mad at myself. So what do you think? Is this stuff crazy, or is it crazy good? Looking at art and thinking about it is fun. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Museums are good places to find art, and you can find art in other places too. That's right. Absolutely. One such place is to look is in a book. The horses shown below and to the right are from books illustrated by a man who never studied drawing. His name was Dr. Seuss. Be quiet! Dr. Seuss didn't ride horses, but he looked at them very carefully and saw something in them. Can you guess what that something was? Can you guess? So look at that horse once again. A horse is many things, and depending on what you see, all depending on what you see. Oh my gosh, the end. Be quiet, I don't want it to end. Here is the references to all of the famous artwork that he showed in the museum. That is awesome. Like, guys, I'm shook. This has been so amazing. I hope that you have enjoyed reading and listening to the Horse Museum as much as I have, because like, I'm angry at myself that I've been an art teacher for so long and I've never, ever, ever read this book. It's my new favorite Dr. Seuss book, guys. Dr. Seuss's Horse Museum. I love it. So, I hope you guys have a great Read Across America week. Don't forget to read every single night. The more you read, the more you know, the more you grow. That's right. Reading, art, and running, my favorite things in life. So, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful night and a happy Tuesday.